Hey guys, welcome back to Forgotten Spirit Halloween props. And today, we're going to be taking a look at the 2010 Demonica, made by Techie Toys and sold at Spirit Halloween. Now, recently I picked this thing up off eBay. I paid about 75 bucks for it, and of course shipping was a bit expensive. So you guys are probably thinking that this Demonica is a fully working one or was in really good shape when I got her, and actually that is not the case. When I got her in the listing, and actually in the pictures, if you guys go onto eBay, go to sold listings, you'll see her, and this shoulder was like way over here next to her head, and so it made her look like her head was snapped. Now if you guys look at her head, you'll notice there's a bit of wonkiness. It looks like her head is going like this way, and this half is kind of pushed in a little bit. Unfortunately, with these Techie Toys plastic animatronics, or any plastic animatronic that has a plastic head, that is going to be a thing that you're going to notice sometimes with these animatronics. Unfortunately, you can't really prevent it unless you own it. Storing it out of a non-hot place inside of a climate-controlled area that stays within 60 to 80 degrees is pretty good for these animatronics. It's not too hot and it's not too cold. But the wire harnesses were actually completely ripped off. As you can see, this is the one that controls the head and eyes. It was actually, let me go ahead and lift the shirt up here. The harness was ripped off, was actually cut right here. As you can see, this is really crappy electric tape. But as you can see, I cut the wires and put a new, really good, nice new clip on it because the original ones were crap. And it was also ripped right here, so on the body, so I went ahead and fixed that. And then I don't know if you guys can see this, but this is the connection that makes the whole rising mechanism work. That was also ripped off, so I had to fix that. So that was actually the easiest part, getting her working, is seeing if she worked. And she does fully work. However, when I first plugged her in and put her body in and all that, her eyes did not light up. I was thinking it was a burnt out LED, but it was just a bad connection on the LED eyes. Which, if you guys are wanting to fix LED eyes, I would not recommend it because they are like way into the head and you have to fit your hands in there. It's really quite a pain. So I had to end up pulling the whole head off. I tried to fix the LEDs, the red ones, but they snapped when I pulled them out, so I just tossed them. And I put some orange LEDs in her eyes because I don't have red LEDs, but I put some orange ones in there and it looks really, really good. So that was really a nifty, cool trick. And as of right now, she is completely fully working, which a lot of people say is going to say that's pretty rare of a 2010 Demonica. I can see where the issues can lie in the design. It's quite an odd design. However, I can also see that, yeah, if it was heavily used, it would wear out quite fast. But mine is not one of those. Mine, it fully works. Now her detail. The difference between the 2010 and the other versions is that this one, as you can see, has a gray design. It does have purple highlights, as you can see, and a little bit of blue, especially on the hands. Especially on the hands right there. You can actually see there's some slight hints of blue right there. But most of them are completely gray with maybe little purple highlights, a little bit of blue. And then a yellow and black, and that's really about it for the 2010 Demonica. Of course, she has black and gray hair. It's more of a gray color, but there's also streaks of black in it, so it's black and gray. But her detail looks absolutely amazing. Every bit, even down to the neck right here, which actually these necks are made out of a latex, but it is so thin. As you can see, I was trying to adjust it, and it already tore. It is that thin. It's very sticky too, which indicates the presence of it starting to rot, which is really unfortunate. That's actually a symptom of latex. If you guys have animatronics and they are just all of a sudden really sticky, that's a sign of the latex wearing out. I've seen it happen with balloons and everything. If you expose them to too much heat, the latex just completely melts and it stays like that pretty much forever until it, dry rots or whatever. Now, if you guys saw Teen Vlogger's review, it's kind of funny. He reviewed the 2011 version of Demonica, the improved version that they fixed up, made it look really good, and made it nice and awesome. And this is the 2010 one. I just find that kind of funny that we have both reviews for both Demonicas. She has some padding in her arms. She doesn't have any really in the body, it's just fabric, but she's got some on the shoulders. This one's kind of off-center, there we go. And her teeth are the same yellow as the other ones, although I think the yellow is a slightly lighter color and her chin's sticky. She has the same type of tag, and she also has, her cloth is actually a bit thinner, which is interesting because I think the 2011 one has the thicker, coarse, well, this is the coarse stuff, but I think the 2011 one has the thicker cloth, which is, again, interesting. I'm going to go ahead and pull her head off so you guys can see the underneath the mechanism, because, again, there are some different design changes. So if you guys can see that, her mechanism is completely black. The 2011 one has black base, this connector piece is black, but then this telescoping module or unit is black. There's the wire chain for her head, it sits right there. And then just when she rises up all the way, a cable pulls up on her head. Very simplistic mechanism, and I'm very surprised it has as many issues as it does. However, I can see Teggy put a spring on the front of the head to make it so that it goes down better or smoother. They should have put a spring on the back to help the motor not have to stress in pulling the head up, fighting against gravity and fighting against the spring. So that is a slight design flaw I see. Even the gearbox for the rising mechanism is completely different. It's completely black and it's a complete square, whereas the other one had a little gear bulge. I think they added some extra gears to make it go a little slower so it wouldn't break as fast. And also the rising pattern is a bit different too. She does not rise twice, and she doesn't rise very slow. She actually rises up 3 times, which is really, really cool. Definitely a cool thing in my opinion. Just over the 2011 one for sure. Now, most of you guys might be questioning why I got the 2010 one over the 2011 one. Most of the reason is because I like the detail a little bit more on this one than the 2011 one. And also I like the more violent movements on this. It's the same movements as the 2011 one. It's just that it's more violent and it's more interesting, I think. So now if I had to recommend which one for you guys to get, I honestly would recommend the 2011 one. If you want to get the 2010 one and you're handy with these animatronics, I would recommend it. So I'm going to go ahead and turn her on. She uses a 6-volt 3-amp adapter. She does not come with an adapter, or did not come with an adapter back in 2010. So anyways, I'm going to get her turned on, show you guys exactly what she does, or show you the difference in the 2011 or the 2010 version rather than the 2011 version. So there you guys go. That is basically the 2010 Demonica in action. If you guys watched Team Vlogger's review, very, very different movements from his and this one. Not just because it's his, but that's the 2011 one. So very, very big differences between the 2011-2010 version. Mechanically, I like the 2010 one more. It's mechanically more interesting, and it's not quite as run-of-the-mill as the 2011 one is. Don't get me wrong, I do like the 2011 one, but I think just because of the mechanism, the detail, and the overall look of this animatronic, I like this one just a slight bit more than the 2011 one, and that's really what prompted me to get this thing. I'm very glad to have it. Very happy that I do have one. I've actually been wanting a Demonica for quite some time, but I've never really been motivated to grab one until this one popped up for that good of a price. So again, very glad to have it. There is actually another version that that I call or me and some of the other hunters are calling the override version, which essentially is a version that it doesn't have to rise all the way up and hit the relay switch for the head to start turning. However, I'm not really sure how much how much information we have backed up on that. It's really kind of a guess that somebody threw out. I don't know if one of the other hunters talked to Techie Toys and confirmed that, but that's what I've been told, so I'm gonna go with it. But I wouldn't put too much money on that. It is a theory. I'm not really sure if it's 100%. So there you guys go. That has been the video review on the animated 2010 Demonica. I really hope you guys did enjoy this video. So guys, if I left anything out or if I forgot to mention anything, please feel free to ask questions in the comment section below. If you guys have not seen Team Vlogger's review on the 2011 version, the predecessor to this one, or rather the successor, be sure to go check that out. I'll put a link in the description so you guys don't have to funnel through all the stuff of going back to the channel and all this other junk. Although we do have a bunch of other videos that if you guys are interested in checking out, I highly recommend watching them as well. So anyway guys, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Don't be forgotten, subscribe for more content. I'll see you guys in the next video.